Yo, what's good, bro? Listen, I understand you're struggling building a fan base right now, so I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give you a full, no bullshit guide to building a fan base with your music. When you watch this, you're gonna go through it all. You're gonna go through the chapters that I have laid out below. You're gonna follow them, you're gonna listen, and you're going to completely transform the way that you think when it comes to music. Now, some of this stuff in this is not going to be very pretty. It's gonna be straight up just factual stuff, objective stuff that you cannot avoid. What I want you to do is put your phone down, turn off your ad block, and I want you to click the full screen button and watch this video all the way through. For the people that are serious about changing their music, you will be the one to do that. If you're not serious about changing your music, changing your life with music, and building that crazy big fan base, then you're probably just gonna half-ass watch this and not really care. Before I start this video off, you can go in the description and I have a bunch of free downloads for you that are gonna help out your music. For example, I have a free vocal preset you can download. I have a free 3 secrets to mixing and mastering ebook you can download. I have all of this different free stuff that you can get. The first thing I want to cover is more of the mindset towards this all. When you do anything in life, there has to be some sort of underlying purpose. This can be things such as material things like getting a nice car or having a nice house, or it could be just your duty as a person to fulfill your family's needs, such as having a place to live or having food on the table. Obviously, these are monetary things. So you could also have an underlying purpose of just creating a movement and changing people's lives. That is also very well something that could be your purpose. The reason that I'm talking about this is to build your fan base, it's going to take consistency and discipline. If you have a lack of purpose and you wake up one day and you just tell yourself, this shit really isn't working out, I'm not really pulling that many streams, I tried a lot, I might as well give up. That is going to be extremely detrimental to your future self, and this is something that you need to figure out what your actual purpose is behind doing this. If you half-ass this stuff, you're probably not going to see very good results. So that's why I need to ask you, and you need to ask yourself this: what is the underlying reason that you really want to build a fan base? When you can figure that out, what you need to do is you need to put it on your phone lock screen, you need to put it on your wall, you need to put it every place that you can to remind yourself why you're doing this. Let's think of this as an example. Let's say you knock up some woman, you get her pregnant, and you are in love with this child, but you are a broke bastard. If you know that you have to fulfill this child's life because it's your child, you would do anything to put out music every single day consistently to make sure that if music is what you want, that's what you're going to make happen. If music is how you want to provide to your family, that is what you're going to do. So the underlying idea of what I'm trying to say is you need to figure out what your motivation is. Because I can tell you, when you have a lack of purpose and a lack of something that you're trying to accomplish, if you have some shitty goal like make 500 streams on SoundCloud, you're going to get those 500 streams and then whoop de fucking do. Guess what? No one fucking cares. You're not going to fucking care, and you give up. You need to figure out inside your heart what matters to you the most so that you will stay disciplined to do this. Now, the next thing that I want to cover is creativity. This can be kind of difficult because the idea of building a fan base is you can do it if your music just sounds good, right? If you know how to mix and master and you have just a perfect sound, it's okay if you sound like someone else, but it is going to be a lot harder to create a wave of fans that will push your music. The whole thing that's going to get you the most amount of motion in your fucking music business is going to be setting a new wave or setting a new trend or setting some sort of different just style. So for example, we have XXXTentacion. He did this like sad boy stuff, and he started like the whole rage kind of underground like screaming like on hard ass beats. That created a completely new wave that no one has ever heard before, and people clung onto it and they just pushed the shit out of it. Look at the Look At Me song, fucking like #1 on the fucking billboards, right? Because no one's done that before. But let's say now you go and try and do that style of stuff. What's gonna happen? Everyone's heard it before. It's already dried out. No one really gives a fuck. So it's gonna be a lot harder to get a fan base around that because you're not doing anything different. If they're gonna listen to that, they're just gonna listen to the top person. So the idea of what I'm trying to say is this will take some practice, but you're gonna need to figure out what works for you. You need to figure out something that's unique and not like anyone else so that you can create that wave of new things. There's so many examples I could bring up. For example, we have Glaive. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he completely started like the hyperpop. He didn't start it, but like he pushed this hyperpop genre, and Eric DOA was his like left hand man, and they just blew the shit up together, and now he's way up there. We have One and Only. He does like these specific vocals, and it's more like fast-paced rappy on like these not lo-fi but like kind of singy beats, like dance beats. He pushed the fucking genre. Now there's all these people under him, but he's the top person, and he's pulling a lot of streams. Now once you figure out what you want to actually do for your music, you figure out the creativity side of things, you figure out your style, and you figure out what wave you're going to pave, then we need to figure out the vehicle that's going to get you all of these fans. And when I say that, what I mean is, how are you going to provide value to people? You see, in a business, no matter what business you're in, whether it's the entertainment business, the music business, the influencer business, as in like YouTubers and stuff, we are all providing some sort of value. If you want to be a musician, you can either provide value through good music, which is pretty hard to do because there's so much of it that yours has to be very different in order to get any eyes on you. So that ties into the creativity aspect side of things, where you have to kind of like really figure out what you want to do. And that's difficult to do. So we can actually provide value in different ways, and it will still get us the same result. So what do? I'm on this camera right now giving you information about how to build a fan base. You're probably an artist. You are gaining value from this video, and in return that gets your attention, and your attention is very valuable. With your attention, I could tell you to go buy something of mine. I get money from that. Or I could tell you to go stream one of my songs. I get money from that, and I get streams from that. In return, you may really like my song, and that may turn you into a fan, and whoop-de-doo, now I built a fan base. So what I'm trying to say is, you can be that person that does the music and provides the value through the music, but it's pretty hard because you need to be creative. You need to think of a new way to do it. And honestly, to me, if you think about it, if you really do struggle figuring out how to create that new sound and figuring out how to be a unique person, because me personally, I struggle at it too. I don't really know how to sound like unique. I'm so used to how everyone else sounds, so that's kind of what I put into my own music. So if you're in that position, what you can do is provide value like I'm doing. You can get on the camera, or you could even just not get on the camera. You can just provide value to people. You want to know what? I have a song out there. You're probably not going to be able to find it. It has like 10k streams on SoundCloud. This is when I used to promote my SoundCloud. It has like close to 10k streams. I got those streams from absolutely nothing more than providing value through tutorials. Now I get it. It doesn't sound glamorous. It doesn't sound good. Like I'm, oh god, you have to fucking post YouTube tutorials and then get streams from that. Well, the reality is you are part of the 99% of people that are not going to be able to just post a song and it blows up. That's the unfortunate truth of it. So if you can play to the reality of that, you can decide, well, maybe I could just start a brand behind my name, teach people how to sound like this person, or teach people how to do this, and then funnel them into my music, and then I could later on down the line, I can full force put out music. An example of someone that did this was Aries. He started through YouTube tutorials. He gained a massive fan base from doing these tutorials and funneled them into his music. He would make tutorials on how he made his music because his music was so different and unique, which ties into the creativity thing. But regardless of that, he taught people how he did these songs because of how complex and unique they were. This provides value to people. Value is the exchange to get people to like you. Okay, we have all of this mumbo jumbo out of the way. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you. Maybe it does make sense to you, and I've helped really open your eyes with these things. How do we actually get people to notice us, and how do we build the fan base in the following? You can either decide you want to do it through giving value, through entertainment. You could be an entertaining person. You could just do social media and then funnel it to your music. That is a very possible thing. There are very many, is that even a thing? There are a lot of people that have done this. There are thousands of YouTubers that went from entertaining to then making music. DDG started with vlogs, entertained people, Now he does music full time. Once you choose this vehicle that you're going to do it, so you either choose entertainment, you just want to do it through the music, or you do it through providing information. We need to get on TikTok, bro. I'm telling you right now, figure out what you want to do that's kind of unique. Figure out what makes you a different person from the other tens of thousands of people trying to do this, and go on TikTok and fucking spam it. There's this guy, XO Clover, it's La Clover or something, LU Clover. You can go find him on YouTube or TikTok. He takes this one song. Now, I'm not necessarily advocating for this because you will get a lot of hate for this, and you might not have the mental fortitude to be able to fucking deal with it, but one song on his channel, he posts probably thousands of videos with this one song, and guess what happens when one of those videos blows up? He's playing into, if you think about it, it's kind of like a lottery. Every single video he makes is a lottery ticket, and eventually one of those lottery tickets is gonna hit, and it's gonna fucking boom. People will say he fell off, he's only a one-hit wonder. I see those comments a lot on his page, but the thing is he's boosting that one song so much, it probably has like 30 million streams on Spotify because he got it to blow up from just making this trendy content with his song. People followed the trend, and it's just like, he pushes it so much. 30 million on one song, bro. I don't think you realize how much money that makes you, bro. I'm pretty fucking sure you can live for a full year if you don't live that extravagant lifestyle. I'm pretty certain you can live 1 year off of just that paycheck. Let me literally look up the royalty stuff. Bro, Spotify royalties. This doesn't even account for like AdSense. This just doesn't account for like Apple Music and shit. Okay. 30 million streams. Bro, he made $71,000 off of that fucking song, okay? So people will say he's a one-hit wonder. Shut the fuck up, bro. He pulled a lot of money off that song, and the thing is if he decides to swap it to a different song, he can like test, like maybe this one will do better, maybe this one will do better. He's going to build up that fan base, and he will retire off of that. I'm telling you right now, the song that he pushes will continue to get streams, and then he can jump onto the next song, make those ones trends, and he will retire off of his music so easily, so fast. Let's say we don't want to do just the music, and we think it's a good idea to provide value like I do. Well, if you go on my channel, I make YouTube shorts and I make TikToks. If you can find my TikTok, I make videos providing value on those platforms. I gained fans, and eventually when I gain so many fans and I have this unique personality online that people just are drawn towards and they like me, then I can push them to my music. They will become fans of me. Now, I don't really want to do that personally. I like just teaching people, but you have to see what I'm saying. So the takeaway of this video, figure out what your purpose is in your life. Why are you even doing this? Why do you want to succeed? 2, figure out how you want to provide value. Figure out if you want to entertain people, if you want to provide information to people, or you just want to do the music and have good music. 3rd, spam it on TikTok. Figure out what you want to do that's unique. Figure out what your brand could be. Maybe you could be a funny person. Maybe you could just spam TikToks that are funny and then bring them to your music. There are so many different people that do this. If you're not doing this, you are missing out. This is one of the biggest opportunities, probably one of the easiest ways to blow up as a musician by far. There's no way of arguing this.